We want your dating stories! Are you heterosexual,
Homosexual
bisexual,
or asexual?
It doesn't matter! We're here to talk about your dating stories! Hi everyone, this is Ophey!
And this is Shan.
You're watching Ophey and Shan Dating Channel. This week we're celebrating Human Trafficking Awareness Day, which is celebrated in January 11th. And if you supported ending human trafficking, please wear this blue ribbon. That's the color royal blue that represents ending human trafficking.
This is a huge issue, Ophie, and it's a really terrible one. And it's been touched upon in the media. I don't know if you've seen the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, where his daughter was kidnapped and forced into the sex slave trade, and they drug the women, and they're literally caught in that, and they can't get out. They're trapped. And women all over the world are suffering from this, just taken and kidnapped and forced into this. And children, too. And children are so innocent. It's ridiculously bad.
Yeah, it also happened a lot in Asia countries when the families from rural countries and they're really poor, and they would just sell their daughter to the city and they become child prostitute, or sometimes they get kidnapped and they end up being, in the human trafficking and the human pornography. So it is a huge issue. Please be aware.
Actually, there are now currently 27 million enslaved people worldwide in the current world that we live in. It's a huge problem, human trafficking. So we need to come together as a world, a global community,
yes,
and end human trafficking.
Yeah, we need to help each other.
So, for those of you who have never watched the Ophey and Shan dating channel before, the way that it works is you send us your dating stories, and then we go through the points in it and give them a red flag or a green flag.
And at the end, we'll make our decisions. Either it's a go
or a stop. Yeah. If you should go on another date or if you should stop seeing the guy.
Exactly. This week we have a letter from Whitney. Let's see what she says. Dear Ophey and Shan, dating has always been an interesting thing for me. I'm plus size for my height, but I like my curves and I'm comfortable in my skin. I just don't fit the popular idea of beauty in our society, which makes dating a little harder.
So, I met this guy on Tinder and we started dating each other. We've been dating for about 4 months now, but there is something that seems to come up time and time again. He acts one way with me and another way when his friends are around. We hang out with his friends a lot. Frankly, I don't really like his friends. They say some awful things and he doesn't disagree with them. He laughs right along with them. Sometimes I feel like they forget I am there because of the way that they are talking about women.
At first, he was so complimentary and said how he loved my curves. And then quite a few times when we went out for drinks with his friends, they would say, "Look at that fatty," and point to a girl that was roughly the same size as me. Then they would all laugh and make fake puking noises. I wondered if that is how he really viewed me too.
Then they would say, "Look at that hot piece of ass. I'd like to get some of that," and slap girls on their bums as they passed by. The worst part of the whole thing is when they would say, "Look at that drunk girl. What a slut. I'd do her even if she didn't know what was going on. Actually, I would probably roofie a hot babe just to get with her." Then they would all laugh and say, "Yeah, totally, man." My boyfriend would laugh with them and give them a high five.
I know that this is how men talk to each other, but the fact that they are joking about such serious things in front of me and the way that they talk about other girls, I find totally disrespectful. Every time I talk to my boyfriend about it, he says that I need to lighten up and that they were just joking. But I don't know if I want to be with a guy and his friends who view women like that. What do you think, ladies? Best regards, Whitney.
Whitney, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk about body image with your first part of your letter that you sent to us. Yes, body image is a really big issue for women and girls, young girls, females in general. There's a lot of problems with eating disorders in the female population. Girls always are trying to achieve the ideal idea of beauty that they see portrayed in the media, magazines, TV, all of it. So there's anorexia, bulimia, emotional eating as a result of that. But you know what? All of this stems from a lack of self-love. So I'm so glad that you said that you're comfortable in your own skin. That's really awesome, Whitney.
And I assume you're from North America, so that's why you say you're not fitting the popular idea of beauty in our society. However, there's many other societies that will love a curvy woman, such as women in Hawaii and also parts of Africa. They all like their women have curves, and then because it's a form of childbearing, of idea of women in the childbearing. So you know what, I think we shouldn't just see one view of the society. We should see a broader view, like the global view of society. You know, everybody's shape, every woman is appreciated.
Yeah, definitely. And the Caribbean too,
Yes.
right?
Whitney, you met your boyfriend on Tinder and you guys have been dating for 4 months, but he acts one way when he's around you and another way with his friends, which you guys hang out with a lot. And I have to give it red flag because you guys only been dating for 4 months. Obviously, you're still in that kind of lovey-dovey stage, and then he will pretend in a way to gain your affection, but his true color came out when he is, and when you also with his friends. So you know he will act the way that he normally acts with his friends. So I have to give it a red flag because according to your letter, the way he acts is really not acceptable. So red flag.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a red flag too because, I mean, guys, yes, often do make fun of each other when they hang around and they goof around with each other and they actually try to push each other's buttons and razz each other. And sometimes they do it on purpose when the girlfriend's around to actually embarrass their fellow male friends. But you know what, there has to be still a level of respect no matter who's around. And it just sounds like there's a lot of disrespect going on here, so I'm going to say red flag. Whitney, you said that he was complimentary of your curves at first. Okay, so he gets a green flag for that. At least he appreciates your curves enough to want to be with you, so that's good.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a green flag from me as well. It sounds like he's decent enough, and knowing that, appreciating females' body and curves and not just buying to the society norm of how a female's body should be. Green flag. Your boyfriend joined in when his friends call a girl a fatty and make puking noises. It is a red flag from me. It's a very immature behavior, making fun of a girl and calling her names based on her body image. And especially when you are around, it's very disrespectful for any woman to the girl they're making fun of and to you at the same time. So this is a red flag.
Yes, this is a total red flag for me. This is a huge issue for girls in general as well. Body shaming, fat shaming, thin shaming. I mean, guys are perpetuating this idea of what women should be by calling them names like fatty and then making puking noises. It's so disrespectful and totally immature. And this is what I say to them. Blah! Whitney, Total red flag. His friends talked about girls' asses and slapped other girls on their butts. This is so demeaning and degrading to women, and it is not at all sexy or naughty or fun. It is completely disrespectful and absolutely unacceptable.
It is also a red flag from me. Winnie, your boyfriend's friends talk about women's asses and slap their asses at the same time. It's a sexual harassment if, I don't know if they know they're doing a sexual harassment towards women. Also, I understand your boyfriend is not doing it while you're around, but how do you know if he's not behaving the same way when you are not around? So it's completely unacceptable, and it's really disgrading to women, and it sees women as only a sex object rather than a human being, and also have, the intellectual, and they're just seeing women as a body. Red flag. Your boyfriend didn't disagree when his friends said that they will sleep with a drunk slut and roofie a hot girl. Like, are you... This is a total red flag from me. I've never heard any guy so disrespectful to women. And also, roofie a girl is illegal. It's a sexual rape drug. It is actually a very, very current topic, runs in the media right now, everywhere, and that's why men cannot get away with it. You do not slip sex rape drugs into women's drinks or anything. It is so unacceptable. It's a red flag.
I am totally disgusted by these men. They are the lowest of the low, honestly. The date rape drug in a girl's drink to have sex with her? Are you kidding me? I cannot even believe you would let those words come out of your mouth. It's gross. It's disrespectful, disgusting, and it's all over the news. Bill Cosby, Jan Gomeshi, who knows if they're wrong or right, but this is giving women a really big opportunity to come out and speak out about this, because date rape is actually the #1 type of rape there is. So you guys are criminals in the making, and never ever even consider doing this to any woman. It's completely unacceptable. Red flag.
Shannon, that's kind of flags. I have 4 reds and 1 green.
I totally agree with you, Ophie. I also have 4 reds and 1 green. Whitney, it is definitely a go for another guy. Do not even spend 1 more minute considering hanging around this guy or his friends. They are the worst kinds of guys out there. This is the time where women are being empowered. We finally have a voice. We're coming out. We're not staying in silence, in shame for any abuse, sexual, physical, mental. It's coming out. It doesn't matter how powerful or rich you are. We will not stand for it anymore, and neither should you. Date rape, body shaming, image for women being sexual objects, and objectification as women as sex objects, it's coming to an end. So go for another guy. Definitely, Whitney.
Whitney, it is definitely a stop from me. Stop hanging out with them, stop talking to your friend, and stop accepting their behavior, because we women tolerate and accept what men did to us. That's why they think it's okay, so they think it's fun and game and talk and jokes. It's not. We should address how we really think their behavior is unacceptable, so they will stop what they're doing. Okay, stop it.
And Ophie and I have discussed the solution to this. We think it comes from education at the child level. Both women and men have to have mutual respect for each other so that equality can truly start to happen.
Yes, and also, the mothers of daughters really have to give your daughter more confidence and in their body image. So please stop telling your daughters that they're overweight, they're fat or they should lose weight, they should go on diet, because that's how you contribute to women's low self-esteem. Low self-esteem to their bodies.
Yeah. And mothers also need to raise their sons to respect women in general. Mothers have a lot of power, and they will help change the world for the better.
So Shannon, what do you think? Is it a go
Or stop.
And please comment in our Facebook page whether it is a stop
Or go. And please send us your dating stories.
to opheyandshan@gmail.com.
And please also subscribe. So next episode will be Family Day.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye. If you like our videos,
Or don't like our videos,
or you don't know what we're talking about,
it's
okay. Subscribe. Subscribe.
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.